Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Empires and Puzzles video. This time I will be reviewing the new Alliance Quest Summon portal that just released, it's an existing portal that happens every few weeks. But we have some new fun, fresh heroes with one new costume and one brand new hero that I like to review. That we'll do some pulls at the end, and hopefully we can get one of them. But for this Alliance Quest Summon, we have three featured heroes. Portos, I think he got a costume last Alliance Quest. I think he's pretty good. I see a bunch of people use him. He is slow speed, so he's a little bit harder to use, but I think he's still, I think like the Massacre family is pretty good. This passive is phenomenal. So I think overall, very solid card. But then here we have, I'm gonna butcher the names, D Artagon, D Artagnan maybe. I don't know exactly, but he got a costume as well, and you can see that he's on a fast speed mana. He's a sniper that deals 560% damage to the target, and then the target receives almost 2,500 burn damage over 3 turns, and then this spreads to nearby allies, so the spread is really nice. And then the caster regenerates some health, some boosted health over 3 turns. Nothing really too crazy. I think the thing that helps him is the fast speed. Strong sniper, the burn that spreads is also very nice. So I think overall pretty decent card. I'm not like crazy about him. The burn's probably the thing I like the most. I don't know how hard he actually hits, but definitely a good sniper. And probably worth doing if you have him already maxed and you get his costume. I think it's worth leveling up the costume definitely because of how cheap it is. So decent card, but the one that I am the most impressed with is this new hero, Cerissa. Also, part of the Beauty and the Beast family. This family is phenomenal, with how many cats you see on defenses for War of Three Kingdoms. In the tournaments, Cerissa's, this family is phenomenal. Because when the cats revive, they have minus 80% health, so they're very easy to kill afterwards. So definitely, if you don't have a lot of counters for the cats, definitely make sure you do some pulls for this, and maybe you'll be able to get one of them. But very, very good family. All the passives are the same as the other Beauty and the Beast family members. I won't go over them in this video. But her class is the Sorcerer class, and on the max nodes, she gets that 50% chance to activate the effect of giving minus 50% mana generation and minus 20% attack. I think this is decent. It's nice, for both defense and offense. Not the best class, but it does come in handy occasionally. So I think it's not the worst. And then she gets a heal increase. Also not the greatest either, bonus there. But it's okay. I mean, she's a healer. I think it makes sense a little bit. Definitely probably one of the worst Aether power-ups there, but I think her special skill makes up for that. So let's start from the bottom because this is her weaker part first. So if she has no humility, and humility, I'm sure everyone's aware of how this works, but as a hero from the Beauty and the Beast family, every time they get hit, they gain a certain amount of humility, and if they have a certain amount of that, their special can be different. So the weaker version, or the one with less than 50 humility, she boosts the health of the caster and nearby allies by 1100. She gives a stack where all the damage the caster and nearby allies receive is reduced by 4%, so pretty nice. And then for the next 4 turns, this character recovers 550 boosted health to the caster and nearby allies each time an ally casts their special skill. So pretty great there. I mean, it is the caster and nearby allies, so that's a slight, nerf for her. But it's a huge heal. I mean, 1100. I mean, that's getting close. I think Friyowaru does what, like 1200, 1250. Salome, I think, does like 1300. So she's right up there with them. And I think if you have someone like Broseph, where he also heals himself and the nearby allies, Cerissa is really awesome to pair with Broseph. So if you have any healers or any cards that do that, I think she's perfect for that. Otherwise, I do think you will need to take two healers when you use her on offense. But I think that's still very usable, and two healers is not a bad thing. Just take three really strong hitters then. So not nothing really to be concerned about. And then her, if she has 50 or more humility, then she will boost herself and the nearby allies by 1450 boosted health, which is huge. I mean, that's, I think, the biggest number I've seen for an overhealing of like a fixed amount. And then she gives two stacks, the same one where all damage is reduced by 8%. So then it'll be, I think, the first one's minus 4%. So I think then minus 4 times 2 is 8. Or is this, they get the same minus 8% reduction twice. I don't know exactly how that works. I'm assuming it's just 8% and the 4 is what's multiplied. But if it's 16, that's even better. That makes her, crazy then. And then for the next 4 turns, this character recovers 750 boosted health to the caster and nearby allies each time other allies cast their special skills. So even higher. I mean, here it's 550, then now it's 750. So very big values. And then the caster and nearby allies get plus 30% mana generation for 4 turns. So also very great mana generation helps. You can use slower heroes with her. So she's very, very good in that regard. But even if you grab, so she's fast speed. So if you pair her with other fast speed heroes, if you fire her first, she's going to do that 1450 initial boosted health. And this is if she has that 50% humility. She'll do that 1450 boosted health. And then if you use your other heroes next to her or, other ones, that's another 1500 boosted health that you get. So she's healing 3000 boosted health in a matter of like 1 turn potentially, or maybe more. So this is insane. I mean, the amount of boosted health that she can give is incredible, and she just like keeps those nearby allies alive for a very long time. So I think she's phenomenal, like 10 out of 10 hero. Definitely worth pulling for. If you get her, make sure you max her because she's phenomenal. I think she is still usable on defense just because she does boosted health. I do think you still need to pair another healer, like maybe put a free warrior on the left side and put Cerissa on like the right flank or something. So I think she's definitely still usable on defense, but offense, I mean, she's just going to be insane for keeping your team alive. So she's definitely the one that I'm looking for the most. So I'll be right back with some pulls, and I have some coins saved up, then I have some gems as well that I'll use up. Yeah, let's do these, and hopefully we can pull her, but yeah, she's kind of the number one that I'm looking for. There are other heroes from this family that I would be perfectly fine with as well. So like, for example, if we scroll, like Laurent, he's amazing. I would, any taunt hero is good. Would be really happy with Laurent. Athos, I think I have him already. Dominic, I would love another one. I have 2 already. Can't get enough of him. He's really strong hitter. So I think he's phenomenal. Aramis, I have his like original hero. I don't have the costume, so I would love to pull the costume for him. He seems very versatile, good against Bernies and all different war types. So I think he's really good to have as well. The Beast, I think I would love to, especially for Rush Wars. I think he's good. And then Rose, another phenomenal card. So I think any of the Beauty and Beast I'll be happy with. So hopefully we can pull at least one of them, but especially Cerissa. So let's see how this goes. All right, so I was lucky enough to pull Cerissa, so I'm very, very excited that I was able to get her, and I didn't really even use that many coins, so I'm very excited. I'm not going to pull any more in that portal. I don't want to use up all my luck, and I feel like if I keep pulling, I probably won't get anything more. So I'm very happy that she's exactly who I wanted. So she's phenomenal. I guess she's a fairy, so I'm really excited, to level her up, and hopefully I'll have her ready for next war. But please let me know in the comments if you were lucky enough to get any of the Beauty and the Beast family heroes or any of the Musketeers. I think they're phenomenal. Let me know your thoughts on Cerissa as well. Maybe I'm just oblivious to her, and I maybe she's not that good. But I think the amount she heals is just insane. So let me know what you think about her, and if you got any heroes. I'm definitely interested to hear about it in the comments.